This short video is designed to help you use Blackboard to grade papers electronically. It's pretty easy, and it's a relatively new feature of Blackboard that not everybody knows about. So I thought I ought to demo it real quick. Okay, basically, I'm going to start by going to Blackboard. This basically assumes that you have already set up Blackboard and are a little bit familiar with it. So you go to your class. Here's the main Blackboard page for the class. The first thing that you want to do is create a place. You have to do a little setup. First thing you want to do is create somewhere for your students to upload their papers. So to do that, I go over to here, hit the plus button, just click on Content Area. I like to name it Assignment Dropbox. Make sure you make it available to users. Then you hit Submit. I'm going to hit Cancel because I've already done this for my class. And here we see the Assignment Dropbox. Inside there, you click on that and you go inside there, and this is where you create the assignments. Basically, it's a way for students to upload their paper, essentially. To do that, you go over to Assessments, scroll down to Assignment, and you get a menu that comes up. Just give it a name. I'll call it Paper 8. If you have instructions, you can attach them here. I like to do that. It's not necessary, but you basically, just like an email, you browse your computer to the instructions and attach them. You can set a due date if you wish. Let's say it's due tomorrow. Points possible. I always put 100, because I basically grade on like a scale 0 to 100, and then I weight each assignment differently later on in the grade center. But I like to just do 100. That keeps it simple. One other thing I like to do here is I click on Submission Details, and I like to allow students to do unlimited attempts. Because if they have a problem uploading, I don't have to reset it for them to be able to re-upload it, so that's nice. This is actually kind of a new feature that's cool. The Safe Assign Plagiarism Checker appears to be, I haven't used it a lot, but it appears to be similar to Turnitin.com. It sort of just gives you a percentage of how much text it thinks has been used before, and it's not perfect, but it's handy. Make sure you make the assignment available. That's important, otherwise they won't be able to upload. You can limit availability. I don't really see the point in bothering, so you hit Submit. Now you've made an assignment. So now what the student does is, I can kind of show you maybe what the student sees, basically. So when your student goes to upload the assignment, they're going to see something along these lines. They'll click on Assignment Dropbox. They'll choose the Paper 8 here. I don't know if it's gonna, I'll try to upload something. I don't know if it will let me as the instructor. But what the student normally does, you have an option to write your actual submission in Blackboard. I would never recommend that to anybody. It's not entirely stable as of yet. Okay, so browse my computer. This is just like an email. You're going to attach the file. You know what I'll attach is just a set of instructions here that I've already made to avoid any violations. Okay, see if it lets me upload. And there we have it. Okay, so then we get out of here. think I'll do that to make sure I still have this thing. I'm hoping I can pull it up to demonstrate the actual grading feature. And that's coming up next. Okay, so now you're ready to grade your papers. So you go here, you scroll down a little bit. This is the main page for your class. Click on Needs Grading. And here's everything that needs grading. Here we are. And here's the paper I uploaded. So to show you what we can do with it, I click on that. And it kind of, what it does is it sort of renders the paper in BlackBoard here. And it's kind of small, so what you have to do is you go over to each little sort of part of BlackBoard and mouse over it, and then you can usually, right here, get it to full screen. So now you can see it pretty good. It's pretty nice. The commentary features are really effective in my opinion. You have some options for comments. You can do a point comment. What that does is, like, let's say there should be a comma somewhere. It's really easy that way. You can just kind of like put the arrow right where you want it and then just say comma here or whatever you'd like to say. That's a cool feature. I've never done area comments, honestly. I'm not sure how useful that is, but I think it's pretty simple. You basically highlight an area and make a comment. That seems less than highly useful, at least for English papers. Text comment is very handy. You click on that, and it's basically, let's say this is a run-on sentence or something. There you go. So you can, gosh, basically, maybe I should be a little more detailed about how you do that. You can delete your comments. That's handy. Okay, so you need comment. You have to click it once to make it work, and when it's active you can see that the cursor has a little, like a balloon next to it. Very exciting. Okay, so then you just kind of standard highlight, left click and move your mouse, and it highlights whatever you want, and you type in your comments. Something like that. I've never used the draw feature, don't know what that does. Highlight's pretty handy. If you're trying to, basically, I will use this if I'm trying to move fast, or if there's just like a lot of very small, obvious grammar mistakes or something, or like, let's say argument was the wrong word here and it needed to be a different word, one of those Microsoft autocorrect mistakes or something. You can just highlight it real quick, and that's pretty easy. You can add text. I've not found that to be highly useful, except at the end of the paper maybe. Strikeout's pretty handy though. If, let's say, you want to, demonstrate to a student that part of their sentence is excessively wordy or something, you could just, this isn't really accurate, but you could, let's say this part here is extraneous text. You could do this, and you could type in it. When you use the strikeout tool, it strikes it out, whatever you highlight, and then it gives you the option to add a text note above it. You don't have to. If you just click away, it goes away. Oops. Okay, let me do another one then. Here we go. But you could, for example, type in too wordy or something like that, and that would be there. As you can see, you're definitely going to want your students to still turn everything in double-spaced, because if you don't, some of the comments get in the way of the text. But this is just a sample. And that's it, actually. I like it in particular because the commentary features are fairly limited. You basically a text comment, a point comment, a strikeout, maybe a highlight. Which is, I just find pleasant that there aren't too many options, so I don't waste a lot of time trying to figure out what to do. And when you're done grading, you put a grade in here. Of course, I'll give myself 100%. You can type your feedback here. This is where your end comments would usually be. You can actually add, if you want to add supplemental, like a handout or something, you can just use this little paperclip button to do that. Works just like an email. And I guess you can spell check your comments or whatever. I've never done this add notes, so honestly I don't know what that does. Here we can see this, that the safe assign is giving it a 9% overall match, which is pretty good. I don't know if we click on that, does it give us any more info? Apparently you do have the option for an originality report. Maybe we'll cover that in a different video. So when you submit it, you're done with it. It goes back to the student. It's on Blackboard. The student can easily download or view a copy of it with those comments. And you're good to go. So basically it saves, if you like to do electronic grading, it saves a lot of clicking and saving of the files, just kind of, to send them back by email or whatever you normally do. And it's also a great paperless option. So I hope you enjoy. Please let me know if you have any questions.